Hello, my name is Nigel and I'm a representative from 6 Music radio station. Today I'll be giving you a brief presentation on the new radio station we're about to start, so I'll give you some information about it. What is 6 Music? 6 Music is a radio station that we've created that targets specifically urban youth from the age from 16 to about 25. This is the idea that we put together because we've seen from other radio stations that target youth, they're not as niche and as directly aimed at youth as they want it to be. So they'll be talking about different matters that wouldn't really relate to youth that they don't want to hear. Our target audience, as I mentioned, is going to be youth aged 16 to 25. There's going to be urban youth who are interested in genres such as hip hop, grime, rap, and a bit of popular music as well. Next slide, please. The demographics are going to be about middle class youth that are able to have access to smartphones and technology such as that, like iPods and devices along those lines, so that we're able to access the radio show that will be broadcasted digitally. The format of music that will be played will be hip hop, grime, a bit of R&B, a bit of rap, a bit of popular music as well. Next slide, please. So we put together a brainstorm about the kind of things that are going to be in our music news broadcast. This kind of style we'll be using, the language we'll be using is quite informal because we're going to be talking to youth, so we want them to feel like they can understand properly what we're talking about. Like they can feel more comfortable listening to it. The news that we're going to be broadcasting is going to be directly what our listeners want to hear. A lot of times I've listened to a lot of music related news broadcasts. I'm hearing a lot of things I don't really want to hear, I'm not too interested about. But our goal is to make sure the viewers and the listeners, I might say, are getting the full entertainment of what they want to hear. So they don't really want to be hearing about how Boris Johnson dropped a new song, but instead how their favourite artist is working on new projects. The USP, that's also our USP, because we've realised not a lot of radio stations do that. They normally have a set out news broadcast they're going to have, but we have our social media team that will always be working to make sure that we're customizing our broadcasts to our to our listeners. Next slide, please. The cost for our show. It wouldn't cost us anything because we'll be using the college resources, from the mics to the mixer to the doors that will be editing our radio show on. Also, all we have to do is follow the right procedures to book the facilities so that we're able to use it whenever we have to. Our competitors are stations such as Capital FM, Radio 1 Extra, Kiss FM, Capital Extra. They are competitors because their target audience are around the same as ours, but their audience is more broad. They also have the same format, so play the same kind of genres of music as we do as well. Next slide, please. Our structure of our broadcast. We'll start off with the music news, a short interlude with then our jingle, then it will go into our music news, then it will have a little segment or a little section of our interview that we'll be having with one of the artists that we've been talking about. Then we'll have a little news web report and then finish up and wrap it up. Thank you.
So a part of our target audience research, we created a survey, as you can see. Through this, we found statistics such as 100% of people prefer informal language, so that's what we chose to use in our radio station. Some of the genres that people like are R&B, choir. We also discovered that some of the popular radio stations are Capital FM, Kiss FM.
Hi, my name is Daniel. I was given the responsibility to carry out a focus group to find out what kind of music and entertainment people like to hear on our radio station. So I gathered information from a couple of young youth who are all the same age from what they would like to hear on radio. So what I gathered from these youths was that they like to hear genres such as hip hop, gospel, R&B, pop, dance, house, etc. They would like to hear some sort of entertainment. Next slide, please. So here is a table based on the information that I gathered. So as you can see, we have different keys: red for dance, pop, R&B, talk show, house, gospel, hip hop, and comedy. So this table shows the 4 different individuals that I spoke to. This table shows the 4 different individuals that I spoke to. So the first person would mostly like to hear dance and talk shows, a little bit of house music. The second person also mentioned that they would like to hear a lot of hip hop, a lot of gospel, a lot of house music. Now, the third person mentioned that they would like to hear some hip hop, some R&B, some pop, and some dance. And the last person only talked about hearing a bit of comedy and a bit of gospel. And he also made a reference to one YouTuber called DJ Academics, who does like news updates on what goes on in the rap industry. So he said that he would like to hear some of that on the radio show as well.
Questions?
What are the key benefits of your product?
Key benefits. Key benefits of our shows that they're different. We have original ideas generated towards the radio show. Anything else with that?
I think a really key benefit of our radio show is that we really cater to the niche audience that we have, so we make them feel kind of special. So we make them know that what we're providing is directly for them and no one else, so they'll feel like they're getting the most out of the radio show.
Okay. What's the individual role for each member of your group?
I personally was in charge of fleshing out the basic, the general idea of our radio show, like the USP, etc. So I was in charge of talking about the cost, talking about what our radio is about, how we're different, the competition that we have.
My responsibility was to carry out focus group, so gather audio of the 4 individuals for what they would like to hear on radios, what sort of entertainment, what sort of music they would like to hear.
I did the survey, so I found out about the
Okay. Can you outline which resources you're going to use to make a successful product? So outline the resources you're going to use to make a successful product.
So we're going to be using a studio. As Nigel already mentioned, the studio will be free. as we're using the equipment that the college has provided us with.
We shall be using not just a studio, but a very high quality studio. We have a very good condenser mic that will allow us to have a good, clear, professional sound. When we're using the dual code Logic Pro X, which is up to date, as I believe, so we're able to edit our show in the best way possible. Also, our resources, the resources we're going to be using is I would say our research team as well is a big resource, because all the research we get will only make the show better, or make it how it should be from the viewer's point.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Alright,